Okay, hello everyone. This is Dionsol. How you guys doing today? I hope everything is all well with you guys. What we're doing today is we're just basically going to do practice float plane landings. We are currently in the Twin Otter, the de Havilland slash Viking Air Twin Otter, and I thought I would do some flight landings because I recently bought this aircraft for uh, from RW Designs on the Explain.org store. I'm trying to formulate my thoughts here, and it's been a really great airplane. I've only had it for like a week, and I have been flying the crap out of it in this week, just trying to learn how to fly on a float plane. It's slower than hell. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, I'm lucky if I get 130 knots out of it in cruise. It's just the inherent nature of the floats. I mean, the floats are just so much drag. It just makes this airplane go slow. So, but that's just the way it goes because you're really supposed to be doing this for short hops anyway, between destination to destination, not any big long journeys. And as you can see, I'm sporting my house colors and that sort of thing. I threw in a little fisherman sign because basically this is my fishing boat, for lack of a better term. If I had a real world airplane that was supposed to be for fishing off of, this would be it. This would be my fishing boat. I'll tell you that right now. That would be my thing right there. But anyway, we're supporting the long nose version instead of the short nose version because for me, I just the short nose version is okay. See, here's the short nose version, but it's just I don't like it as well. I mean, it's all right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if someone gave me this airplane and says, "Hey, Dion, this is your airplane in the real world," and they gave me a short nose version, am I going to say no? Hell no. I'm going to say, yeah, okay, I'm fine. I'm cool with it. I love the short nose version. But if I have my ruthers, which I do in simulation capacity, so we'll flip out with the long nose version. Long nose version does come with a compartment up here in the front that allows you to have storage up here in the front as well. And also, it just looks more uniformed with the silhouette of not silhouette, but with the aircraft. Just to me, looks more, balances out better, for lack of a better term. As you can see, the props are spinning like crazy because it's windy as hell here in Lake Tahoe, California slash Nevada. So, and we'll zip over here to the utility screen. As you can see, we are in Lake Tahoe. The purpose of this flight, like I say again, as I said at the start, was just to do water landings in Lake Tahoe and all the little bodies of water around. Just to basically, it's just a fun fly. It's just to go explore and to check out X-Plane, what X-Plane has to offer in the Lake Tahoe area, because I've never flown in this area. I mean, I've flown from Van Nuys to up here to land here a couple of days ago, and then I got busy with other things and did not get back to simulation until this video, which has only been a day. So in this area. So anyway, so like I said, we're going to get set up here and get inside the aircraft, and then we are going to just fly around and just enjoy ourselves. And you can see the moon is about ready to set there, and that sort of thing. So we'll get set up here and ready to go. First off, what we need to do is I need to turn on all my SciTech stuff so the SciTech does not interfere with the buttons of the plane itself. Make sure all our controls are working properly. As you can see, the GPU is connected icon. It's even though when you go to external, it doesn't really work, so you can turn the GPU on and off. And once I turn it down to battery, that GPU will go away. Anyway, let's make sure the props are working. We got the props, we got the throttle, we got our reversers are working, and that sort of thing. So we're good to go there. We got our left and right roll. We got our aileron or our rudder, and then rudder this way, should say. Sorry, rudder, and then we got our elevator. Let's go outside real quick, and then we'll make sure everything is working. We'll just repeat the process. Rudder. Everything looks good. Everything's happy. Let's see if our flaps go down like they're supposed to, and they are. I'm pretty confident we don't have to worry about it because this is simulation. So I do have the failures turned on, but I kind of doubt. I say that I kind of doubt we'll have any issues, and then something will happen. That's my luck. So we'll see how things go. It's random failures I do have turned on. All the doors work. You can open the door and close the door. Right. The reason why it's closing the door so fast because right now it's windy as hell. Watch. It shouldn't be for very long and it'll automatically close. Yeah. Normally it does not do that, but because the wind is blowing up against it right now, the wind is coming from this direction, which you can't see with my mouse, but it's coming from this direction, and that's why the wind it's not staying open for very long. I'll let go of the, as you can tell, I let go of the parking brake, and now you see what's happening. I'm getting a pushback, a natural pushback is what I'm getting right now. The direction of the wind. So good, bad. I don't know if you would do that in the real world or not, but with a 34-mile gust, I guess, like I said, probably wouldn't do that in the real world. But so now we got our pushback, our natural pushback. So we're good to go there, and I think we are set. So all we got to do now is just start this bad boy. So we'll put the power on. We'll go ahead and hit the DC switch on. We'll go ahead and turn both igniters. I'll go ahead and throw both fuel levers. The reason why I'm doing this is just to save time. Normally you would do them one at a time. Turn the fuel pumps on. You can see the lights extinguish when I put the lights on. The fuel pumps, they went on there. We still got two left, the generators and the bleed pressure, or bleeds. So we're good to go there, and I don't see any other reason that's stopping us from starting this bad boy. And so I'm going to go ahead and increase the throttles up just a little bit, so that way I'll get some fuel into the engines, because they were acting up. They weren't starting right away. They weren't just kicking right off. So I'll throw a little fuel into her. There we go. Go back to idle. And I'll do the same thing with the next one. The right engine. What I'm doing is I'm having to raise my throttle up a little bit. Then I'll let it settle down. And while I'm here, actually, you know what? No, I will not, because I don't have my generators on yet. Let this settle out, and then I'll turn the generators on. Let's get some generators on action. It's kind of cumbersome, the way these switches are working, but it's just the way it is. If anybody can respond in the comments, it'd be greatly appreciated. I don't know what the flight COMPT is for the light and what the flight COMPT fans are. I don't know if that's because I noticed that these two buttons are even in the skis, the other versions of the same aircraft. They're all the same. Now I don't know what that is, so I just don't know. So if somebody can ask me that would be awesome, because I looked in the POH, and the POH does not say what those buttons do, or those switches do. So it'd be nice to know. I'm not going to turn on the lights of the interior lighting because I got nobody in here. It's just me. And I'll turn the bleeds on. I guess I better go back to that. Turn the bleeds on. Left and right. Good to go there. We'll go ahead and turn our environmental system to automatic, so that way I don't have to deal with it. We're fine there. We're fine there. We don't have any more enunciators, so we're good there. Now we can go ahead. Now that we've got, we have, yes we do. We have left generator. We got right generator, so we're fine. Fine, fine, fine. So we'll turn this on. We'll turn this on, and GPS. Once these are all fired up, let's go ahead and go in here real quick, make sure our sounds are okay, and they are. Make sure that our weight, 2.6 hours. It's only me, so I'm gonna say I'm 500 pounds. I'm not 500 pounds, but let's say I got gear and stuff in here. We're gonna put in 2 hours of fuel. Let's screw it. Let's go 3 hours of fuel. Why not? We're not gonna be here for 3 hours, but that way the airplane's not too heavy. And I'll turn this on, so we're fine there. We're in standby, so we're fine. Looking good, looking sexy. Side tech equipment. I'll sync up with the switches that I turned on up here. Make them the same. Want to look around, make sure everything is on. It is. Okay, so we're fine there. All right. So this is quick. We're good to go. Now, well, the reason why I bought the, like I said again, the reason why I bought the float plane as we're taxiing out to, the ATIS is telling me, I'll go ahead and I'll flip over to the ATIS real quick.
Information uniform. 1700 Zulu weather. Sky clear. Visibility more than 10. Temperature 16. Dew point 4. Wind 180 and 31 gust 47. Altimeter 2985. Arriving and departing runway 36. Advise on initial contact. You have uniform.
Gust 47. Wow.
South Lake Tahoe information uniform. 1700 Zulu weather. Sky clear. Visibility more than 10. Temperature 16. Dew point 4. Wind 180 and 31 gust 47. Altimeter 2985.
All right.
Arriving and departing runway 36.
See, they're telling me to go to runway 36, and you can see how my weather veining is that I should be taking off at runway 18. So I'm going to go with my better judgment than ATIS, and I'm going to go with runway 18 instead of 36. And we'll switch over here to the utility monitor, and you can see here we are in Lake Tahoe. And when you mouse over to the ATIS on the with Sky Vector, and you can see it's the same, gusting it's 147 or 47. So, and our altimeter is the same. Is 85. So the flight simulation and the real world weather is in sync at 44 minutes ago. So we should be fine there. Another little cool feature with that I've noticed with Sky Vector as of late is that within an hour you'll see pilot reports. I don't have any in our proximity, but we'll demonstrate it next time on another flight that actually has. But you could, real world pilots would, if you turn this on, you'd have information about what's going on in the area that you're at, which is kind of cool. So I thought that was a nice little handy thing. And then I'll turn on the clouds. We're not going to be flying in the clouds. You can see I don't need to be messing with any of that. So we're going to be avoiding that. Excuse me there. So we'll go ahead and we'll get taken off here. We'll get back. You can see the clouds, so we'll get back over here. And once I turn around to go down taxi, we'll see if those clouds are depicted in the sim, because those are kind of far away. So I don't know if the sim's going to have them depicted or not. But we'll find out here in a minute. Okay, now we're back in the sim. Let me release the parking brake. And I will give us a little bit of juice. Put the juice to the airplane. I have my settings not maxed, but I have them up pretty healthy. On a clear day, I can have everything pretty much maxed with this GTX 980 Ti video card. But even with that good of a video card, which it is a great video card, don't get me wrong, X-Plane still runs it into the ground. Especially if I have my 3 monitors set up, which you guys have never seen videos other than the one video that I had with my configuration, my home configuration, that had 3 monitors. When I do fly 3 monitors, though, I do have to turn things down, which is unfortunate because, you know, I want the eye candy. I love eye candy. So, in the real world, we probably wouldn't be flying today. With that knot, like I'm seeing my, I'm gusting to 45 knots right now. So that's kind of crazy. So landing on the water for this is going to be interesting for you guys to watch, because I'll probably flip this airplane. I have flipped this airplane about 9 times or so now. So and what I've done, I'll show you once I get to a stopping point. But what I've done is I watch YouTube videos all the time, just like everybody else. And I stumbled across one of Steve's videos over at Flight Chops. Flight Chops over here at his YouTube channel, and he was in a float plane. And I thought it was timing was kind of perfect, because he released that video with float planes, and here I've gotten interest in float planes and bought you know, the Twin Otter, which with the intent of of watercraft operations. And so I thought that was kind of cool. You can see how I'm hitting the brakes here and how this thing is really bouncing. That's because of the SimCoder's head shaking and stuff mod that I have. And I'm also fighting the wind too. You see how I tried to pick up the right side there with the wind. So not a good day for flying in the real life. And because we're the only one here, I'll go ahead and get lined up. Really having to put Nicole to it. Alright. Now we're lined up, and I just want to do that. I want to thank, like I said, Steve over at Flight Chops, because this video right here, watching this video, I'm going to turn off the sound, just by this short little clip off of his video. You know, what I was doing is I was landing with my floats hitting the water line was hitting right here instead of back here. And because of that, I was flipping them. And I didn't know any better. I mean, I'm self-taught, teaching myself how to fly. But I want to thank Steve for this video. It kind of, watching this video kind of gave me some tips. So definitely go check out Steve's YouTube channel at Flight Chops. And subscribe, of course, and all the happy stuff. And hopefully you guys will subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it, because I'll be making X-Plane videos forever. And you can see as he's taking off right now. Oh crap! I didn't even. My bad. Sorry, guys. I'll do the video back over here. Let me flip it over here real quick. I apologize for that. So let me pause it, and then I will. I'll flip it over here. There we go. Sorry about that. There's Steve's Flight Chops video right here. And so as you can see right now, you know, I was hitting my water was way over here. Water was way over here instead of back here. And because of that, I was flipping the airplane, flipping this all the time. And that was very annoying. But because of Steve's video, and here's Steve right there, Steve's video here, I kind of got a self-education right there on how to land with a float plane, which is really cool. And so Steve, if you see this video, I definitely want to say thank you for that, and I appreciate it. And I'll definitely put a link to this video into my video down below in the comments for people to click on to go check out. Because if you're ever interested in flying float planes and you're just kind of curious, that's a nice little start right there. You know, go to this video right here, and it'll give you some tips, especially for your flight simulation missions. But anyway, I appreciate that, Steve, at Flight Chops. So anyway, back to this over here. Let me switch back over here, and we'll get ourselves in the air, and let's go flying. See what dangers await us with this wind. Like I said, 33 knots right now. And I have absolutely no, flaps or anything. I'm not even, pitch trim is nothing. No pitch trim at all. Now I'll start to put a little bit of pitch trim just for safety. I want to climb about, I'll try to climb about 1200. And I'm hand flying this. I'm not using any autopilot or anything. This airplane for me is like, screw the damn GPS, or the not GPS, but screw the, you know, autopilot. I want to fly it myself. It's funner to fly it myself than it is with that. I'm turning out of the wind. Now you got to see, because the wind's now coming from this direction. I have to make a little bit of correction there. Climbing a little bit steeper than I want. But anyway, you guys don't see it, but I'm doing my follow me map. We're going to go, and we're going to have a body of water right over here, according to my follow me map. So let's go check that out. Actually, if I look over here, yeah, see, there they are. These right here, these, in my opinion, would not be a good, not be good to land on, unless I turn. Well, actually, that little lake is the one I'm talking about, not really good to land on. But the big one, which is Lake Tahoe, is just fine to land on. And there's South Lake Tahoe right there. Stayed at the Best Western Inn back in 1990, long in that time frame somewhere. They had my customer, 7-Eleven Incorporated, is one of my customers, and me and my dad were here, and my mom, and when she was alive at the time, and my wife came up here, and we all stayed at the Best Western resort that they have here when we were doing jobs up here. $150 a night back in 1989. Pretty expensive, but that's just the way it was. Nowadays, $150 is kind of like, oh yeah, that's normal, no big deal. But back in the day, back in the 80s, that was a lot of money. We're about ready to cross into Nevada right here, and when we do that, then that's where you would see the casinos. Right here, back in 1989, you would, 7-Eleven especially, you would get your lottery tickets here, and then you just go right across, which would be approximately right about in here where my mouse is, which you can't see. About where that black building is would probably represent Harris Casino. But that's where the casino starts, and so South Lake Tahoe would have the casino action. And there was people, the beach is right there. It's not really depicted that well in X-Plane, but there is a beach right there in the real world, all along right here. And me and my wife would sit there and check things out. How Tahoe was formed, I don't know. I don't know how, I don't know if this was a cataclysmic event that created, or if this is just a extinct volcano. It may be, I don't know. I know how it filled up, and that's just by all the snow and stuff from all the mountains, surrounding mountains, filled this thing up over time, over centuries and millennia. If I take off heading down this direction, we're going to go down here a little ways. Let me climb a little bit, get a little bit more altitude. But it's kind of cool. I like it. The only way I'm going to experience anything flying around in the air is simulation at this juncture, because I just don't have the financial resources to be doing. I'll just leave the lights on, by the way. I don't have the financial resources to do this for real. It's just not going to happen. So I put all my time and investment into flight simulation. One day, maybe, when the opportunity presents itself, I'll be able to fly for real. But until I win the lottery, it ain't going to happen. Basically what I'm doing is I'm flying over here to the Nevada side, and I was trying to reach, because right around in this area, let me go over here so we can look over our left side, look over our left shoulder. But if you're in a real airplane, and if Bureau of Land Management and everybody allowed you to fly at low altitude in this area, and I just noticed something that I probably should do. First off, I need to turn on my yaw dampener, and I'll go ahead and turn my that on, and then I will get rid of this. There. Something you can't do in the real world. Anyway, I'm going to fly over here, because we go over here in this area right here. Well, actually all over. I'm assuming all over Tahoe they did, but the Ponderosa in Bonanza, if you guys are familiar with Bonanza, is right along in this area right here. They did a lot of filming back in the 1960s of Bonanza, and it was all right in this area, and either right here or in the next ridge over. It's one of the two. I don't remember exactly, but it is. But the Ponderosa is definitely here in the Tahoe area. So I thought that was cool. Never did take the opportunity, because me and my dad were working at the time, so we never did have the opportunity to take the tour of the Ponderosa. But I think my wife and my mom did. And at the time, my daughter was 3 years old at the time. So that was cool. Did a lot of flights, or did a lot of traveling that way. I'll start bringing us down a little bit. We're a little above 10,000 feet. I want to keep it low for the scenery. I'll pull back on the props here a little bit. Knock my props down to 90%. And I'll bring back my throttles down a little bit as well. So yes, my dad. Oh wait, hang on a second. Don't think you want to hear me cough. Anyway, my dad and my mom, this was their place that they were going to retire, but regrettably, this didn't work. Life took many turns, and that didn't work out that way. My mom passed away in 2013, so, and here we are, 2016. So, regrettably, that dream of my dad and mom's didn't happen. But it's such is life. Such is life. So there's a nice little lake right there too. I don't know if Sky Vector will tell me what these little lakes are. Nah, they don't. I'd actually have to go to a different map and try to find it, and trying to fly and find maps at the same time. Probably not a good idea. But like I said, all along in this area right here, the Ponderosa is definitely here. Now we're coming into north, trying to slowly work our way into North Lake Tahoe here. And there was 7-Elevens up here as well. We're only doing 100 knots, so we're just poking along. But that's okay. This is more of a scenic thing. That's one of the reasons why I would want the MU2 or the the Twin Otter. I want to say Diamond for some reason. The Viking Air Twin Otter is that for sightseeing. You know, just go around and see things. You know, take some friends along, take some people along. maybe even charge them a little bit. Of course, I'd have to have a commercial license for that kind of thing. And I don't think you can fly the Twin Otter as a single pilot application. You know, PIC. I don't think you can do that. I think you have to have a co-pilot, which is most regrettable, because with technology today, I think just about any airplane, I wouldn't say every airplane, that would be a wrong statement for me to say, but I would say there's a majority of airplanes today with technology the way technology is today. You could make an airplane like the Twin Otter, like the a lot of planes that are currently pilot and co-pilot restricted. You could make them just one pilot, one-man operation. You just rely on technology to make that happen. And do a lot of automation. I see that I need to increase my, let's go ahead and make that 1,000 feet right there, my radio, altimeter radio, 1,000 feet. Okay, 1,020, fine. So anyway, here we go in north Lake Tahoe, trying to keep to the right of it so I can look over on the left side. We're burning about 84 gallons an hour right now. I know, and probably with FSX there's probably more to see here. They probably have it better, but maybe this video will inspire a scenery developer to spend some time and start making some scenery for Lake Tahoe. That'd be nice. But real world especially, Lake Tahoe is a very, very pretty place. Over that way is, if I went over there, that's Reno, Nevada over there. We came from, well, you can't see with my mouse, but over in the top left of my corner there of the window, that's where we came from. Off in that direction straight in front of us is Trekkie. Now we did do a little tidbit for X-Plane 10 pilots, and something that can be done. First off, if you want to calm down the water for a water landing, I have discovered that use NOAA. At current version 10.5, you want to use NOAA as your weather generation equipment or mod. And the reason why for that is because what it does is NOAA is handling the weather, but it gives you back this weather option. And as you can see right now, if I try to land, which I will land the way it is, you can see it's 2 foot water height, and the wavelength is 24 feet. Well, I'm going to land. This thing is going to bob like a you-know-what. But we're for practice, because that's the real world weather condition as it is right now, we're going to go with it. I mean, the only way to learn to fly in water landings is to do that, is to go with the way it is. Now what I am going to do is I am going to start to descend a little bit here, so I'm going to put a little down pitch, just kind of gradually set this thing down a little bit. Because where we're at right now, we're still in north part of Tahoe. There is Twin Peaks in front of us right now. I don't really see a representation of Twin Peaks, to be honest with you. So, but the real world weather generation is by NOAA Weather, and I'm using and to make it real, to make it look good, I'm using SkyMax Pro with real weather connector. And you for you pilots that have bought real weather connector, always put it to always ignore X-plane settings when you're using NOAA. Just a little tip, FYI. And then I'm also using SoundMax as well, just an FYI for full disclosure, along with SkyMax Pro as well. And those are my settings for my SkyMax Pro settings. You can have a look at that right there real quick, or freeze this if you like. So we are going to go and make an attempt of a water landing with the real world settings as it is right now, which is going to bob like a you-know-what. So we're going to go for it anyway. So we'll continue, let this thing gradually set itself down. I'm in no hurry at all. We're kind of on the, looking at my follow me map and Sky Vector, we are kind of on the state line between California's over here on where the windshield wiper is, and where the door facing is on the left side of the screen is Nevada. So that's where we're currently at right now. We're straddling the line. And I'll go ahead and force a little and pull some power back. Because like I said, if I land in the middle of the lake, I don't care. Don't have to worry about boaters. Now that'd be kind of cool if there was a modification that would automatically add boat traffic. That would be kind of nice. Now to be fair, I'm having to rely on you'll see the water change once I get closer to the water. But I'm currently I'm cheating a little bit by taking advantage of my glass cockpit mod that I have that's on an additional computer that's giving me a better artificial horizon and that sort of thing. Tells me I'm doing a 5-degree descent. And actually, if I want the wind truly in my face, so I don't have any kind of a crosswind, I'll turn it to right about there. Now how I know that is because I have the little weather vane indicator on the glass cockpit that tells me where the wind is. And what's really funny is that it's indicating right now 51 knots. So this is going to be a fun one. I'm landing in a 51 knot headwind. Inexperienced pilot. Don't know what I'm doing. This is awesome. My ground speed, according to the indicated, is 71 knots. Epic. And that's what it says if you look over there on the GPS. That's what it says as well. All right. We are still descending. We're 1,700 feet above the water. I guess I should have put those up. Wasn't thinking about that. Now I'm gonna have to adjust everything. Not a good time to be messing up. That if I would have landed with those out right now, that would have been a very bad thing. So that was a noob call right there. So let me reset myself up, slow myself back down. Okay, now I'm doing 61 knots, which I think the stall speed on this aircraft is 61 knots, or 60 knots. 58 long in there somewhere. And you can see the texture of the water starting to come into view a little bit. Like I said, I'm doing the slow, easy. Okay, we're at 500 feet. We're rapidly descending into the water. I'm going to pull it up just a little bit. Control myself a little bit better. I see on my mod that I decided I would do no flaps because we have such a strong wind, and also too I have a slight crosswind, so I'm going to turn this thing just a little bit. I don't want to be landing with a crosswind, especially when it's 45 knots like it is. Like I said, total noob landing. It says we're 30 feet above the water, or I'm sorry, 130 feet. Now we're 100 feet. I'll let it fall just a little bit more, 67 feet. Put my nose up a little bit. 47 feet above water. Pull back on the power. I'm hovering at 48. 45, slowing down. Ground speed is 37. And we're going to be touching down at any moment now. We're at 13 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet. And there it is. Easy peasy. Now, you see how it's bobbing like a mad dog? That's because that's how it's set. Once this thing slows down and goes to a complete stop, I'll pull back on the throttle. And let's go take a look at our weather right now. Our weather's still at 2 feet at 24. Normally, so this isn't too bad. Before it was really, now if I get out of here, you'll see that it's not bobbing too much. But there you have it. But you see now it's pushing me. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm actually going backwards right now. The wind is pushing me that hard. When you can actually see my wake. That tells you how strong the wind is. So, now what I would do is, if I was in the real world right now, first off, I would throw out an anchor. I'd stop from moving forward. And then, I would just pull the pumps. See now with a bump, I can't pull the pumps. See that? So I'll just do this. I'll just pull the props back to feather, and that just kind of turns itself off. But there you go. And then I would just kind of open the door here if it'll stay open for me, and I'll just crawl out. And there you go. Of course, now I probably get hit in the head with that prop right now. So I don't think I'll go too much farther than that. That would not feel good. Climb up a little bit. There we go. Go inside. Go down here. See, what I'd like to do is I'd like to change, if I had a real airplane like this, what I would do is I would take all these seats out, I'd have just a few minimal seats. I would have a kitchenette right here. I would have a television right along in here somewhere. I'd basically turn this into a camping trailer. That's what I would do if I had my way. Turn this into a camping trailer. Come in, fly in right here. Get your gear. Open up your thing. Get your fishing pole out. Have a maybe a little stand or something right here, whatever. You're not going very fast this airplane anyway, so why not have a seat stand, you know, welded onto the float like this? Sit down right here and just cast your pole right out there into the water, you know, and you just kick back, relax. No alcohol, of course, because you got to fly home. So, and I'm not a drinker anyway, so I wouldn't be the alcohol. Now, if my guests decide they wanted alcohol, they can knock themselves out. They can get drunker and crap. I don't really care, as long as they're not belligerent and a-holes when they get drunk. That's the only thing I'd be tripping about. Now, if they love of course, and if they loved everybody, that'd be the exact other stream, wouldn't it? And I'm sure you know people like that as well. But at any rate, so like I said, that's really cool, you know. And just put your fishing pole away and crawl back into the aircraft and catch your fish and prepare your fish and that sort of thing. And you know, like I said, I get rid of all these seats and make this more of a homey, homey environment. That's what I would do with this airplane. That would be the purpose of this airplane. Make it and hell, you could probably even put a fishing thing out here and just throw. You couldn't really cast because your pole would hit all this stuff here. Probably have to put your. Now I think about it. Probably have to put your seat right here, so that way when you go to cast, you have this opening because your pole would fly over like this. The tip of your pole would go like this, that way, something like that. But anyway, we can all dream, right? You know. So there you have it. That's what I would do with the. That's what I would do with my Twin Otter. This right here would be my fishing boat. And wouldn't be just lake fishing either, you know. It would be go out in the ocean. And I've never ocean fished, so I wouldn't know how to handle myself with ocean fish, but still, it could be done. No problem, I would imagine. Stream fishing, not so much. It's unless you had like maybe like Havasu or something, you would take the aircraft and fly to and land over at Lake Havasu and just kind of drift around and then probably go down the California River, maybe the Mississippi River. Maybe you can get away with something like that. But then, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But all this would depend on a National Forest Service, Fish and Game and wildlife and all that other happy stuff. They allow you to take an airplane and land like this or not. I don't know. I would think you would, because flight planes that's why they exist. But anyway, so that was our first plan. So let's go take a flight and go find another fishing hole. This fishing hole is fished out right now. It's late in the day anyway. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon now here, local time, as of this video. So the fish wouldn't be biting right now anyway. They probably wouldn't be biting anywhere until late this evening. But we'll go ahead and put our props back, and let's see if we can start this airplane again. Because I never did turn anything else off. Okay. Getting everything back. Looks like we're slowly getting back together here. Now this is where it's going to be a challenge. Like it said in that video, when you guys go watch Steve's video at Flight Chops, like the gentleman said, sorry I didn't catch the guy's name, But taking off, that's the hard part, especially when you got water like this. What do we say we were at? We were at 2.4 feet at 24, frequency at 24. So we'll see how that plays. And we'll go ahead and release the parking brake, which in effect is the anchor. And now we're going to start going backwards, so we got to compensate. And you can see the water spray. And well, imagine that. According to my thing here, the wind has changed on us, so I'm just going to spin ourselves around. Now, there's really some slick ways of spinning around here. You can have one throttle go up like this, and then you could take the other throttle for the other one and go like that with a reverser, and now we can spin ourselves completely around if we wanted to. And that would be more effective. It'd actually be more effective in if you were in calmer water. Okay, now we are kind of where we want to be. Wind should be at my face according to my glass cockpit indication. All the doors closed? Yeah. Make sure the doors were closed. And we'll give it full power. No flaps. 25 knot headwind. We're currently doing 53 indicated. Supposed to be right around 60 with this aircraft. That's all there is to it. Let the nose come down a little bit, just like I said in the video. Let the nose come down a little bit, get your speed up so you can get some more air. And there you go. Like I said, Steve's video over at Flight Chops helped me tremendously because I didn't know to do it that way at all. And if it wasn't for that, like I said, I've tipped this thing over 9 times, and it's just, that sucks, to be honest with you. Okay, so we are currently heading 208, so we'll continue down that heading. We'll get some altitude, climb. We're climbing at 1900 right now. We'll take advantage of this wind as continue to climb. Not really much more to talk about Lake Tahoe that much. I can't think of anything that my personal experiences other than I have went completely around the lake, seen all the little things around the lake. And like I said again, this was back in the late. I've been to it a couple, 2 or 3 times, and I think the last time I was there, which wasn't work related, it was in transit to somewhere else. I took a detour on purpose just because I wanted to go drive around the lake. I was on the clock, so why not, I wasn't getting paid for it. So I went around the lake, and that was 1994, I guess it was, or so, at that time. And the lake receded a little bit then. I have no idea because California's been a serious drought for quite a while, so I don't, in Nevada, this area has been in a drought for quite a while. So obviously the water line is definitely different in the real world than it is here in X-Plane, I'm sure. Anyway, there's a little, now according to where we're heading, it just hasn't came in yet, but we should be getting some clouds, which is not a good thing. I didn't really want to deal with clouds. I mean, clouds are over there, but and I heard somebody. Maybe I'll sneak in one more landing. Actually, because of the time factor and the fact that My significant other will be home soon, and that will end up having to cut this video short anyway. I do see the water, so let's see if I can get over there in a timely manner. We'll do one quick landing, and then I'll call this video. She hates it when I'm YouTubing or videotaping. Well, this isn't really a tape, is it? Back off the, knock our RPM down back to 90%. And I'll knock our speed down to torque about 30. I'm just wasting fuel at this point. So there's our target right there. I think if I was retired and I won the lottery and retired, I think that's what I would do. I would take an airplane such as this and go do what I wanted to do for a long time, and that's just go in the outdoors. Gets me away from the computer, which kind of sucks because I'm a computer geek, but in reality I really would. Hiking and fishing and all that stuff that I did when I was a child before computers ever existed. Now it's kind of crazy. It tells you like, man, I'm really old. Well, yeah, I am actually. I'm 50. So I am old. Because in the 1970s, computers only existed to a handful of institutions and stuff back then, as we all know the history of computers. It's really funny because the way this RW designed model is that when I was flying from Van Nuys Airport up here, I did the version of the aircraft that was just the standard one that most everybody sees, which is with the tricycle landing gear, and I was only getting maybe 130 knots, and here with the floats, I'm getting 120 knots, 125 knots. So it's not really that much different. Just the way it is. I think in the real world it's a different scenario, but you know. Also trying to lose a little bit of altitude. Now the lake we're going to, regrettably, does not say on Sky Vector what it is. I'm trying to match. It looks like it's let me switch over to the utility screen. It looks like it's this one right here where my mouse pointer is judging from what it looks and that sort of thing. So unfortunately it doesn't tell us what it is, so I don't know. But that's where we're going to land. Or it could be this one. But that would be emergency only and U.S. Forest Service, so they really wouldn't want me there anyway. Oh well. See, I really think it's this one because looking at the sim, I see this right here. So I think this is where we're landing. Anyway, let me get back to the landing here. I gotta lose more altitude. Slow this thing down. Again, this was improv. This was no planned event. I just decided just for fun. What the hell? I don't have my phone handy, but I'd look up what the I guess still KTVL is our closest weather observation, so KTVL, And we're still 35 knots, 200, and we're at 220, so, and that coincides with my glass cockpit weather vane. It's telling me that 23 actually, and they're saying 20, which is actually over there, which is out of our field of view. So but the wind is the story. There's no doubt about it. Gust of 35 knots over there. 2984, so I'll go ahead and put 2984. We were 2985, so not really tripping on that. I'll lose a little bit more, cut back on the power some more. See, let's turn off. I'll throw about 30. That'll slow me up too much. I'll put my power back. Put my flaps to 10. And I'll put my pitch. And my pitch is neutral right now. Pull back on the power. And I'm starting to still want to get this thing down. And because of the way things worked out, it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a crosswind landing, which is not good at 31 knots. Oh, we'll just go for it, see what happens. No power at all right now. And we are coming up on 150 off the water. That's why I want glass cockpit configurations. It tells me, okay, I'm 98 feet. And have it be accurate. And we are getting really close. 34, 35. $19, $20. Okay, this thing's just going to fall like a rock because I lost all airspeed. See? I got lucky, to be honest with you. On that one, I got lucky. But I did have my nose up, so I got no reverse, don't need reverse. It just stops. Alright, well, just for fun, let's go over here to where is it? Where is it? There it is, toggle replay. And let's step outside and let's have a look outside. And we'll swing this thing back just a little bit. Okay, that's normal speed. That's normal speed, and see, this is the one that I cheated on. That's another reason why I do these videos too. It's kind of like what Steve talked about in other videos over at Flight Chops. This is debriefing for me. This is how I debrief and what I do. But that's a little too slow. Still, it's kind of nice. You see, I lost airspeed, so it just immediately went, it nosed in there. I was lucky. Normally that would have flipped, but I think just conditions were right where I didn't have that problem. Now, why I got you guys, let's see if I can go to another one. There's this one right here where we'll go to this one right here, and then we'll hit. I ignore the noise. All right, well, this one right here. This is the first landing that we did. First landing that we did right here. So it's too fast. Turn down the sound a little bit. Turn down the sound a little bit here. All right, now let's back it up a little bit. But anyway, so like I said, by me watching that video, it schooled me on how to land. You know, just know where your airplane's, where the aircraft's stall speed is, and just make sure you're a little above the stall speed, and make sure your nose is up, and that's all there is to it. And it just comes right down. And you're good to go. So that's just the water bobbing. And you see where I'm going backwards. I want to do the takeoff. I'm going to do the takeoff with you guys, and I'll let you guys go. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh. All right, here we go. You just take off, and like I said, just like you said, back pressure on that. Oh, I got to turn it around. That's right, I was turning it around. I don't have X camera, so that's why I can't give you guys better views. But you just keep back pressure on the stick, or in my case the yoke, and just comes right off, and you're on your way. So awesome, awesome airplane. Really, really like it. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate you guys very much, and we'll get inside here. We're still floating. Yeah, I appreciate you guys very much. You guys take care and have yourselves a great one. This is Dionsol, out here in the water, right around Lake Tahoe, California at this point, because I'm on the California side right now. So you guys take care. Appreciate it. Do give a thumbs up and do subscribe if you think these videos are entertaining for you, and hopefully they inspire you, and at least from simulation capacity, that you want to pick up a stick and fly. So that is always good. Anyway, take care, guys. Have yourselves a great one. Bye bye.